guys, here's the finished look. I am actually going to list down below everything I used. I also talk about it throughout the video, and I'm gonna put some alternatives in there. They're a little bit less expensive for you girls that want to stay in the budget for Halloween. So keep watching if you want to recreate this look. I am going to be using the Mercier Candle Glow Soft Luminous Foundation in the shade Suntan, and I'll be applying this all over my face with just this e.l.f. foundation brush and make sure it's all blended out nicely. Now, prior to doing this makeup, I put on some moisturizer and eye cream to make sure my face is super hydrated and prepped and ready to go.
You want to make sure it is blended all the way down your neck.
Concealer, I'll be using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Medium 1, which is called Custard. And this concealer is best applied when you use your fingers. Most of the Nars makeup is best used with fingers. That is something that they actually claim themselves. See, just like it brightens up. So I'm gonna be using the Mercier Smooth Finish Foundation Powder in the shade number 4. And this powder I love to use to set my concealer. It makes it last, and not only that, it prevents it from creasing because you're setting. And I use the concealer also as a base for my eyeshadows. You could use this as an all over face powder, or you could use it just in the places where you apply the concealer. But see, it creates a very smooth finish. It's very skin-like. I love this powder. Now I'm going to start with the eyes for this look. It's a super smoky look, so you gotta make sure you really blend. And remember, we're gonna go really far down with the eyeshadow colors. So today I'm gonna be using all Morphe brushes. I've gotten tons of them, like I have a whole packet. And I love it. All the ones I'm using for my eyes. I may not be using all of that, but I will tell you every single brush I use. I will also have details down below of everything I have used here in the video. For that gorgeous, super smoky eye, I'm gonna start out with a base color. And we're gonna start out from the beginning because it goes from darker to lightest. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build up that dark black color and make sure we put less and less as we go up. So I'm gonna actually start with this color right here. This is from the Shaaanxo palette by BHCosmetics, and she has this beautiful color here. I actually love this palette. The colors are gorgeous and perfect for fall time. I'm gonna use this color here. It's a really dark gray color. This brush to apply that color on my lid, Morphe M333. Oh, it's super pigmented. And just make sure you put this all over the lid only. Do not go above. We want to keep this eye area super black. I'm going to go in with another layer of it. Now I'm going to make it even more intense because you see it's like a charcoal. So we're going to go, you can get any black you want, but I'm going to be using this black color from the Anastasia Amrezy palette, and the color is this one, LBD. It is extremely black, so I love that color. And I'm going to use the same brush. I clean it. I have a towel on my lap all the time when I do my makeup, and I like to just clean the brushes as I go through. I cleaned it, and then now I'm grabbing some of that black color and applying it right on top. Difference in the intensity. Now, don't worry if it comes out just a little bit like that. It's fine. Or like these lines up here. It's totally okay. I'm gonna go back with the Shaaanxo palette, and we're gonna use that same color we used the first time, but this time we need a sheer fluffy brush. Yeah, this will be fine. The Morphe, oh, this doesn't say what this is. I will find out for you guys and list it down below, but it's this one with the metallic color on it, and it says Morphe in black. I don't know if you can see it. But I'm going to use this one just because it's a really sheer fluffy brush. And I'm going to grab a little bit of that color and just fluff it in. Windshield wiper motions. I want it to be really sheer just because we're going up and getting from dark to light. And try and stay in that crease area only. I'm only going slightly up, as you can see. Now I'm actually trying to drag some of that color to the outer corner and moving it up. The more you go out, the more you're gonna have to go up, just so it's an even curve. Now I'm gonna clean the brush. It's because on my little towel, it's because I want it to be almost brand new, like I used in the beginning. And I'm gonna grab that same shade and do the other eye. And I used very little product. This is just very intense. If you happen to grab too much, the good thing about having that towel, you can wipe some of that off. Now the good thing is this doesn't have to be too clean because on these edges, because remember we're gonna drag this down. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab that black color again from the Anastasia palette and apply more of that black just because we need to intensify it more. See what difference that makes. It's a lot more intense. Make sure I blend those edges. I'm gonna make it a little bit more intense, and I'm gonna grab that black color but with this and actually apply it right here on the outer area. And then I'm gonna fluff that a little bit, and I'm gonna get a little bit of that on the crease. Not intense enough, so I'm gonna grab this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil just to make sure that it's really black, and also right on my lash line, and it's gonna go all the way up to the crease to your lash line too. And now that is a lot more intense. Now I want to blend that line in just a little bit, and right on top of it I will be putting some more of the black from the Amrezy palette. So this is tons and tons of layers, as you can see, and a lot of blending. The good thing is about these shadows, there's like no fallout at all. Black liner, and just put that all over. Now you might get some in here. We're gonna actually clean that off. Okay, now with your eyeliner, you're gonna line up to where your lashes start right here. Leave it blank right at the front. We are gonna draw underneath a little bit. Don't go too far down. And we're gonna go in with Morphe M508, this little tiny smudger. And I'm gonna grab the black from the Amrezy palette and start to smudge that black a little bit down. And I kind of connected it right here so the black blends in together. We are gonna smoke out some brown under there. And for that, I think I'm gonna use the Morphe M330. It's a blending brush. And I'll be using the Shaaanxo palette from BHCosmetics. And you see this beautiful brown, like a red brown right there. That's what we would be using. Now do this very carefully. It's gonna go out up to here. And do this very carefully because we don't want to apply way too much color on the edges with it. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna go in with a darker brown color. You can use any other dark brown color. But I'm gonna use one from the Morphe brushes palette on the Jaclyn Hill palette. I am actually going to use the same brush. I'm gonna use this dark brown color right here. I'm gonna apply this color right in between the black and the reddish brown. I'm cleaning off that brush and then making sure that this right here together is blended well. And cleaning off again the brush. This color from the Shaaanxo right in the middle. We're using the Morphe M505 to apply it right up here on my brow bone. And I'm gonna go in a little bit in here. With that same color, I will go right in here and blend it up. But make sure the color is concentrated here on this corner, and then you want to blend it up a little. And then I'm going to clean that and use this brown color here in the center of the Shaaanxo palette. And that brown color is going to go right on the bottom part, right on the edge. And for that, I'm going to use another small brush. It's going to be the M215, slightly angled, but it's fluffy enough to carry the product and place it right in there. Using the M437 by the way right now to just brush off any fallout. Alright, here are the eyebrows, and I use the Chantecaille eyebrow pencil in the color Oak Brown, and I brushed up the front of my eyebrows, and I used the Bobbi Brown, that brush I used earlier for the brown color, the M330 from Morphe. That's fluffy, and I'm gonna use that reddish brown color, and we're gonna apply it right in here, going into the eyebrow and then going up. And we're gonna get just a little bit to start blending up, and you want to go little by little, stroke by stroke. And here you're gonna have the most intense color. Then from now on, we're gonna grab very little color and go up with it. You're gonna put a little bit of color out here to blend out from where you have the intense color. And we're gonna just push up little by little. Doesn't have to be perfect up here, but I like it to be even here in the nose area, just because it's defining the nose. We're gonna do the rest of the face. I'm gonna use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I'm not sure if I said that right. And I'm gonna be using the Morphe E3. Put tons. And I mean, you're really going to powder this on, but make sure that you're putting it right in there and you don't go below this. I think this is the most bronzer I've ever put on. And you see when you smile, you like, I know I look weird, but you want to stop right there. Okay, so I have the bronzer on. Now we're gonna use again that reddish brown color from the Shaaanxo palette, and we're gonna use that color as a blush also. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my M403. It's not gonna be like a blush here where you usually put it on. It's gonna go in with at the beginning here of your bronzer to really give it that pop. And then I'll put on bronzer all over here and put a little bit down here too. Now that I have the bronzer all over, I'm gonna go ahead with the same powder and I'm just gonna apply this right in here. Now I am going to use a highlight, of course. BHCosmetics Maryland. Such a pretty color. Use the M310 fan brush. Now for the nose, you can use liquid liner, whatever you want to use, pencil liner, but I'm gonna use this Maybelline Eyestudio pot in the color black with this pencil.
And I'm gonna just color the center. Just add a little bit. Now from here on up.
Now I'm a perfectionist, so making sure the edges and everything looks really black. Okay, I got the nose down. For the cheeks, we're gonna add a darker color in there. One I use for the blush, the M403. I'm gonna get this color from the Shaaanxo palette, and I'm gonna grab that color very lightly and just go right in there and blend, but only closest to the hairline. I'm gonna just slightly curve it in like that. So now we have that depth right in there. Mascara, I used the Bobbi Brown, the eye opening mascara with Ardell lashes, the wispy ones, and I did have to put the same Maybelline eyeliner on the edges. Now the look is almost done. Now I gotta do the skull mouth, which is really cool. A little bit of that color right here. The other ones we're gonna not go straight down because your lips, there's a curvature. I'm actually going to do, before I do the other teeth, I'm gonna do a line from here all the way out to here. See? Just like that. I went into the lip a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So this is the finished look. My camera kept on dying, so I'm trying to do this in a hurry. I'm at 23% and this video is gonna wipe that out. So what I did, I finished, as you can see, I finished the mouth and I made it from smallest to slightly going larger. And then for the neck, I used that same reddish brown color from the Shaaanxo palette. It's a gorgeous color. And then I used also from that same palette this dark gray color for the neck. And you gotta do like this creepy like that to be able to see all the hollows. See, I put the brownish color here, added a little bit of that dark gray here and back here. So yeah, we have that. I don't know what happened, but I got itchy. I have no idea. I don't know if it was the brush or the shadows. So the brush is, I don't know. I don't know if I just went too hard and I have no idea. So the contacts I got, that were the blue ones I was wearing, are this brand I found at a little store near me. It's called Sweet Vision. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not, you can. And they are in the color Sapphire. But if you don't want to buy contacts, if you don't have the time to, you could also use your own eyes. As you can see, this look is so intense that it makes your eyes just pop out. These are just my regular brown eyes and I think it looks pretty good.